I'm News4JAX Assistant Chief Meteorologist David Eckert. Here we are now in the middle part of March, which means it's time to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, which occurs on Friday this year. And for a lot of us, that means outdoor activities, maybe heading towards the beach, maybe spending some time outside at your favorite bar or restaurant. And although we've had a chill down across the region, the weather looks really good for festivities, really region-wide on St. Patty's Day, including across much of the state of Florida and much of Georgia as well. In fact, this may end up being the nicest day we're going to see during the entire week. Let's first off talk about the Futurecast computer model here. We will be watching a cold front back into parts of the deep south, sections of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, and they could be dealing with some severe weather here, especially down into northern sections of the Gulf Coast as we head into the daytime hours on Friday. So a bit unsettled in cities like Jackson and New Orleans for St. Patty's Day, but you can see by noontime that front still staying well off towards the west of really much of central South Georgia, back into most of the state of Florida. And as we head towards the early evening hours, there is the threat here for maybe some rainfall if you head towards the western panhandle, cities like Pensacola, Destin, and Panama City. But overall, looks like it's going to be a pretty dry day, really region-wide across the area. So the planner for Jacksonville looking really nice here. We'll be talking about temperatures actually getting back into the low 80s. We head into the afternoon hours, kind of a steady southerly breeze around 10 to 15 miles an hour. Now, there is a threat for rain in the forecast, but that's going to hold off, it looks like, towards the evening and overnight hours, and the best chance for rain is going to be into sections of southeast Georgia. You may be traveling for St. Patty's Day, and one of the big regional destinations, of course, every year is Savannah. Weather there looks pretty good. They will see increasing cloud cover, though, as the day progresses. Temperatures in Savannah leveling off into the mid to upper 70s. If you're heading southbound towards Orlando, spending some time at Disney or Universal for St. Patty's Day, looking very nice here. Heavy dose of sunshine. It's going to be nice and warm. Temperatures in Orlando back into the low 80s. And maybe you have a bigger trip planned. Maybe you've been planning this for weeks, heading to New York City to maybe watch the St. Patty's Day parade that occurs every year. Here, conditions will not be terrible, all things considered. It's going to be in the 50s throughout the daytime hours. There is the threat for rain, but that should hold off until we get towards, say, 7 o'clock. So I think the parade in Midtown Manhattan will go off rain-free. The other big city, Chicago, it is not looking very good for St. Patty's Day. A lot of wind around. They'll probably see a bit of a rain-snow mixture, especially as we get into the afternoon hours, and temperatures quite chilly. Mid-30s will be it. This northwesterly wind, 15 to 20. That's sustained winds. We'll likely see wind gusts in Chicago over 40 miles an hour at times. So if you're heading towards Chicago, that's where the bad weather is going to be. But most of the southeastern U.S. is going to see some very nice weather for St. Patty's Day, including right here in Jacksonville. I'm Assistant Chief Meteorologist David Eckert for Channel 4, the local station.